Welcome to Cosmic Wonders, a podcast that takes you beyond the stars and into the mysteries of the universe. I'm Emmanuella, your host and fellow traveler on this celestial journey. For our very first episode, we're diving into the ultimate origin story, the birth of the universe itself. How did it all begin? What cosmic events led to the creation of stars, planets, and eventually us? By the end of this episode, you might just feel a little closer to the infinite cosmos we call home. Let's rewind the clock, back before stars, before galaxies, before time as we understand it. About 13.8 billion years ago, the universe was, something entirely different. It was an unimaginably dense, hot point of energy, a singularity. Then, in a moment we call the Big Bang, everything began to change. Within the tiniest fraction of a second, this singularity started expanding. Space itself stretched outward, carrying energy and matter with it. But here's the thing. Though the Big Bang wasn't, and this is explosion in space, it was an expansion of space. There was no outside for it to explode into. Instead, space and time were born together in this cosmic event. As the universe expanded, it cooled. Subatomic particles, protons, neutrons, and electrons began to form. Within minutes, these particles combined to create the first atomic nuclei. And what were those nuclei made of? Mostly hydrogen and helium, the simplest elements in the universe. These primordial elements would go on to shape everything, from stars to planets to life itself. After the Big Bang, the universe was still too hot and chaotic for light to travel freely. For about 380,000 years, it was like a foggy, glowing soup, a plasma of charged particles. But then something extraordinary happened. As the universe continued to cool, atoms began to form, allowing light to escape for the first time. This era is known as the recombination, and it's when the first light of the cosmos began to shine. That light is still with us today as the cosmic microwave background radiation, a faint glow that scientists can detect in every direction. It's like the universe's baby picture, a snapshot of its earliest moments. After this, the universe entered what we call the cosmic dark ages. There were no stars yet, no galaxies, just vast clouds of hydrogen and helium drifting in the void. But gravity was hard at work, pulling these clouds together to set the stage for the next chapter. As gravity condensed these gas clouds, temperatures and pressures soared. Deep within these dense regions, nuclear fusion ignited. And just like that, the first stars were born. These stars were unlike the ones we see today. They were massive, short-lived, and composed almost entirely of hydrogen and helium. When they ran out of fuel, they exploded in spectacular supernovae, scattering heavier elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron into space. Over time, these elements became the seeds of new stars and planets. Meanwhile, gravity continued to shape the universe. pulling stars into massive structures we now call galaxies. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, began to take shape during this era. Roughly 13 billion years ago. Now let's zoom in a little closer. To you, me, and the ground beneath our feet, every atom in your body was forged in the heart of the star. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the carbon in your cells. All of it was created in stellar furnaces and scattered across the universe in cosmic explosions. When you look up at the night sky, you're not just seeing stars, you're seeing your origins. As Carl Sagan so beautifully put it, we are made of star stuff. The story of the universe is a story of transformation, from energy to matter, from chaos to order, from simple atoms to complex life. And yet the journey is far from over. The universe continues to evolve, and we are part of its unfolding story. In our next episode, we'll travel to the far reaches of our solar system to explore the forgotten worlds of Uranus, Neptune, and Eris. These icy giants hold secrets that could change the way we see our own planet. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars, and remember, the universe is vast, mysterious, and endlessly inspiring. Outro music rises, uplifting and cinematic, fading out slowly. Title: Episode 1, The Origins of Everything, How the Universe Began. On screen, text, black background with the trademark Cosmic Wonders displayed prominently. Title: Credits. On screen text, black background, white text rolling upward. Producer Emmanuella, designer Sherman, writer Emmanuella, narrator Emmanuella, editor Sherman, researcher Emmanuella, music and sound design Emmanuella, visuals and graphics Sherman, script supervisor Emmanuella, director of photography Sherman, creative consultant Emmanuella, special thanks Sherman, lead conceptualizer Emmanuella, story consultant Sherman, audio engineer Emmanuella, content developer Sherman, technical support Sherman, project coordinator Emmanuella, marketing and promotion Emmanuella, behind the scenes support Sherman, inspiration and motivation Emmanuella.